We had always talked about adoption being something we both really wanted to do. We had both had childhood experiences of family members adopting or fostering children, and so it was on our heart even at marriage. What we didn't know was after 12 foster kids in 4 years in our home, 2 years of infertility treatments, and so many failed attempts, that adoption would be how we would welcome our first baby girl, Rosalind. When we started this process, I remember calling around with a long list of questions to every agency, and I wanted my baby to come from a local mom. We wanted to know that our money was being put to good use. After we had talked to St. Elizabeth's and we learned of all their ministries that our money went to, it felt like a no-brainer for our family. So 14 months after signing all the documents, I remember exactly the day we got the call. I know where we were on the road. I'm pretty sure I even know what I was wearing. Hey, Lauren, this is Emily at St. Elizabeth's. You've been chosen by a birth mom who's having a baby girl, and she's due in 9 days. It felt like we won the lottery. We immediately went out and we bought onesies to tell our parents. When you get chosen by a birth mom, you then go to a dinner with us, the birth mom, and the birth parent advocate, who is like a support for the birth mom. This dinner confirms that the match is good on both parties. Basically, that you're not like a creep or something. I was sweating bullets the whole way there. But once we got there, I just fell in love with her birth mom. She was so likable. She's very funny, super sweet, and I'm pretty sure we shut old Charlie's down. At the end of dinner, we had told her we really want an open adoption, that if and whenever she's ready, to just let us know. What I love most about St. Elizabeth's is they're very pro-open adoption. They keep boxes for every birth mom, so you send pictures and letters, and they store it there until the birth mom is ready to come and get those. The day of Rosalind's birth, her birth mom requested that she be brought to us immediately after delivery, which was a huge honor. The hospital gave us our own delivery room, which was also very nice and spacious, and treated us with so much kindness. When you adopt, you don't always get your family there because they want you to bond with the baby. And I remember telling my friend this, who is a photographer, and she was like, no, I'm going to show up, and you're going to have this documented, and I will just walk in there. And she did. She walked in. She didn't ask anybody. She walked straight in there like she knew where she was going, and nobody told her what to do. And I'm pretty sure the only thing I remember of that hospital room was me puking. If I puked one time, I puked about 50 times. And every photo I have is of me on the verge of puking. Finally, what felt like eternity in that room, the birth parent advocate who got to be in the delivery room had texted me a picture, and I couldn't find it. I wanted to. It was of her with a hat. She was giving me a thumbs up saying, good to go. And it was just moments later when the nurse came barging in with the biggest smile on her face, and she said, we have a special delivery. And that's when our world changed. There's a lot of things that are different when you are adopting and birthing a child, I'm sure. But one thing is certain, when they lay that sweet baby on your chest, you know nothing else than a love for your child. There are lots more things I could tell you about adoption that are beautiful, but this is one of the better ones. When Rosalind turned 18 months, we finally got the message that we've been praying for a long time. Her birth mom was ready to see us and to see Rosalind. This has turned into such a wonderful relationship, far greater than anything I ever knew I needed in my life or what Rosalind needed. We see her birth mom every 2 to 3 months. She comes to all of Rosalind's birthdays and Ainsley's birthdays. She has been welcomed by both of our families with open arms, and it's just really an extension of our family. Rosalind is fully aware it's her birth mom. She grew in her belly, and she gets the privilege of growing up to know her half-siblings. Like I said in the beginning, though, I could talk to you for hours about adoption. I could tell you how adoption and St. Elizabeth's fulfilled the biggest hole in our hearts. I could tell you how adoption gave the lifelong dream that I wanted to be as a mother. But ultimately, this is not my adoption story. It's Rosalind's. And our prayer is that we give her a space as parents to know her identity and to know where she came from. I pray one day she will find herself on a stage very similar to this, speaking of how God had a plan for her life. I hope she recognizes that we gave her a loving environment where she could truly understand what adoption is. And I hope one day she grows up to love that she's adopted and to never question who she is or how much she is loved. Most importantly, I hope she sees that she was honored by two families who cared so much for her. One woman who gave up everything to give her a good life, and one family who gave up everything just to get to her.